Hello there, I'm Eamon Holmes reporting for Sky News. We have an important story breaking, a Sky News exclusive, and we head now to Studio 1 at Sky Academy Skills Studio.
Hello, I'm Iona Reid.
And I'm Julie Slater, and today we're reporting for Sky News.
Our top stories today are Usain Bolt got checked over by a cameraman in Beijing, and Kanye West is running for USA President in 2020.
Seriously?
Yeah, I love him!
We have some breaking news.
Oh my god!
We'll now pass you over to Joanna and Hannah.
The youngsters are bursting over fiery anger over the inability to vote.
81% of 16 and 17-year-olds in the UK are now registered to vote when they turn 18 but are unable to just now.
A fifth of the world's population is made up of 15 to 25-year-olds.
As a result of this, there has been mass protests in George Square.
At 16 years old, you can choose to leave school and work full-time, pay taxes, get married, have consenting sex and have a child, leave home and join the armed forces.
Scotland has recently passed a law that now lets 16 and 17-year-olds vote in national elections. The rest of the UK still has a minimum voting age of 18.
More than 80% of young people aged 12 to 15 say there should be a way to give young people a voice in politics.
Later on in this report, Maya is reporting from Scottish Parliament, interviewing Mrs O'Brien and her 16-year-old daughter.
We will then see Andrew interviewing Nicola Sturgeon and Freya, but first we will pass you on to Emma and Olivia.
Goodbye! Bring, bring!
Thanks, Joanna and Hannah. I'm Emma.
Hello, I'm Olivia reporting live in Sky News.
Almost 2/3 of teenagers thought they could make a positive difference by getting themselves involved in politics.
That's brilliant for the future as more young people are getting involved in politics. The internet and social media are making it easier for campaigners and voters to communicate with each other.
9-year-old Martha Payne from Argyll in Scotland recorded more than 3 million hits on her Never Seconds blog that showed the terrible food served by her school canteen. Her blog also raised more than £30,000 for the charity Mary's Meals.
Great use of social media for such a young person. Now we head over to Daisy at Williamwood High School in Outer Glasgow.
Thanks, Emma and Olivia. I'm here at Williamwood High School. There are nearly 1,100 fair trade schools in the UK. These teach pupils how they can influence the world around them. The environment is an area that children in schools can get with using the Eco Schools initiative. Pupils run groups to encourage young people to be more socially and environmentally friendly. Now over to Maya, who's interviewing some members of the public. This has been Daisy reporting live for Sky News at Williamwood High School.
Thank you, Daisy. I'm here today at the Scottish Parliament in Edinburgh, where I'm joined today by a 16-year-old and her mother, and we'll be asking them questions about young people and the vote. So Lauren, you're a 16-year-old and you're at 4th year at Williamwood High School. Do you believe that people 16 to 17-year-olds should be able to vote?
Yes, of course. I think it's very important we get the right to vote, as we'll be the next generation who will be affected by the voters' choices.
Mrs O'Brien, do you think 16-year-olds are responsible enough to understand the consequences of voting?
Not at all. I know for a fact that my daughter isn't mature enough to know what she's doing.
Lauren, do you think the government represents you enough?
Young people don't vote because they think the government doesn't represent them enough. For example, 12% of the population are of an ethnic minority, yet only 4% of the MPs are of an ethnic minority.
Mrs O'Brien, do you think if children had a celebrity role model, they would be more inclined to vote?
No, they're just bad examples. If Jennifer Aniston was to talk about governmental issues, it would only create a bad image in my daughter's head.
Thank you. Now we can go over to reporting Andrew, who is interviewing Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister, and Mary Black, the youngest MP.
Thank you, Maya. Today we are talking to Freya, the youngest MP ever elected to Parliament, and First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, about youth politics and lowering the voting age in Scotland. So Freya, do you think more teenagers should get into politics?
Only 2% of members of Parliament are in their 20s. I think this is shocking. More young people like me should care about politics and what's happening in this country. They should care about their future.
Nicola Sturgeon, do you agree?
I think young people should take more of an interest in politics, but I have doubts about lowering the voting age. Scientific research has shown that the human brain does not reach full maturity until we reach our late 20s. This means that the ability to think and reason only develops over 25 years.
I find this very offensive. I have a university degree and I've worked very hard to get where I am now. People have voted for me because they have confidence in me and young people can relate to me. I think young people's opinions are just as important as old people's. They are the future.
That's a very interesting point, Freya. Nicola, do you think that 16 and 17-year-olds' opinions are not valid?
They are valid, but they can also be immature.
16 and 17-year-olds are mature enough to get married, have kids, and fight in the army, but not to vote.
The issue is that some young people are more mature than others at this stage of life. Some people might argue that a 16-year-old girl is much more mature than a boy of the same age.
Don't you think it's a bit sexist? I stand by my opinion that young people should be allowed to vote.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you both for your opinions. For more on this, visit Sky News online or follow us on Twitter. This has been Sky News. I've been Andrew McKerley. Good afternoon.
Thanks to the team reporting from Sky Academy Skills Studios. That's the end of our special report. I'm Eamon Holmes. Thank you for watching.